Hello friends, I hope you all are fine. I'm also good. First of all, I'm thankful to you all for providing overwhelming support in my previous video series. Today I have come with a new video series titled Let's Talk on Tax, Decode Tax and Unlock Wealth. In these videos, I will tell you tips to save tax, and that is also by following all laws. This is the first video covering every aspects of tax structure in India. So let's enter the miraculous world of taxation. This is the first slide related with the types of taxes. In every country, basically, there are two types of taxes. One is direct tax and another is indirect tax. Direct taxes are those taxes which are borne by the same person to whom they are levied, whereas indirect taxes are paid by one person, but the ultimate burden is borne by another person. You can see the image. In this image, the person is carrying the tax. That means he is bearing the burden, called as SSE in case of direct taxes. Whereas in case of indirect taxes, the producer or supplier transfers the tax burden on the consumer. This is the division between direct taxes and indirect taxes. In case of direct tax, the burden of tax falls on the taxpayer. Whereas in case of indirect tax, the burden of the tax can be shifted to others, basically to the ultimate consumer. In case of direct tax, it is paid to the government by the person to whom it is levied. That means the same person pays the tax to the government on whom tax is levied. In case of indirect taxes, it is paid to the government by the supplier, producer of goods and services, and importer and exporter, whereas burden is borne by the ultimate consumer. There are few examples also in case of direct tax. One is income tax, another is property tax. In case of indirect taxes, examples are custom duty, which is levied on import and export of goods, and goods and service tax, GST, you all know. This is the distribution of taxes between the state and the center. Friends, India is a federal country. Federal in the sense there are basically two levels of government. One is central government, another is state government. And Schedule 7 of Indian Constitution clearly makes the division of powers between central government and state government. This schedule clearly provides the power to impose taxes also by the central government as well as by the state government. So let's check first the taxes levied by central government. First is direct tax. Income tax is the first direct tax which is levied by central government. It is levied on all types of incomes except on agriculture income. On agriculture income, central government is not empowered to levy tax. So who is empowered? Here comes state government is empowered to levy income tax on agriculture product. But no state government has levied this tax because it directly related with the food grains and the farmers. So it is very difficult to levy agriculture income in the democratic setup. These are the part of the income tax, like corporation tax, which is levied on the companies, capital gain tax, which is levied on the capital asset under Section 45 of Income Tax Act, sale and purchase of capital assets, then MAT, minimum alternate tax, and AMT, alternate minimum tax. MAT is levied at the rate of 15% on book profit, whereas AMT is levied at the rate of 18.5% on adjusted total income. Then equalization levy. Equalization levy is levied at the rate of 6% on online advertisement services given by the NR non-residents, and at the rate of 2% on e-commerce transaction. Then the STT security transaction tax, which is levied on purchase and sale of securities listed on the stock exchange. Then CTT, commodity transaction tax, which is levied on commodity derivatives on sale side only. Now comes to the indirect taxes levied by the central government. First is the custom duty. Custom duty is levied on import and export. Almost all goods which are imported into India are levied with the custom duty, whereas export duty is levied on very few products. Then the CGST, Central Goods and Service Tax, it is levied by the central government. Then IGST, Integrated Goods and Service Tax, this is also levied by central government. In case of IGST, 50% of revenue is kept by the central government, whereas 50% revenue is transferred to the state government of destination of goods. IGST is levied on the interstate supply. IGST, interstate supply means suppose a goods is transferred from UP to MP, then IGST will be levied. Then excise duty. Excise duty has been subsumed in the GST. But on two products, excise duty is still alive. That is also levied on two products. One is petroleum product and second is tobacco product. Petroleum product means petrol, diesel, then crude oil, then CNG, and then ATF, air turbine fuel. Then now switch to the state government taxes. Direct taxes imposed by state government, as I discussed, income tax on agriculture income. So, but it has not been levied by any state government. Then comes second, professional tax. It is levied by few state governments on the professionals. The constitution says the maximum value of this professional tax can be up to 2,500 per year. Then land revenue, which is levied on the farmers. And stamp duty. Stamp duty is levied on purchase and sale of immovable properties like land and building. Then property tax, you generally call it as house tax, which is levied by the state government through local authorities. And then comes to the indirect taxes. The first is SGST, means state goods and service tax. Then excise duty. Excise duty on alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Before GST also this was levied by the state governments. Now also after GST also all the state government said before the implementation of or at the time of implementation of GST that this alcoholic liquor for human consumption we will not leave to the GST. We won't still tax this alcoholic liquor for human consumption, means wine and all the variants of wine. So this is now also with state governments. So state governments are levied excise duty on alcoholic liquors. Then VAT, value added tax or sales tax on alcoholic liquor for human consumption and petroleum product. So VAT is still alive. It is also levied on these two products. Then electricity duty, which you can see in your electricity bill. Moving further, this slide shows the indirect taxes subsumed in GST. Subsumed means merged in the GST. So this is a list of indirect taxes which were levied before the implementation of GST by the central government or state government, but after GST they have been merged with the GST. So let's check. Taxes imposed by central government. One tax was service tax, which was imposed on the provision of services. Now it has been subsumed in the GST. Then excise duty. Excise duty on all the products except petroleum and tobacco product has been subsumed in the GST. And CST was levied on the sale, interstate sale of goods. And now this has also been merged in the GST. Now moving to the state tax. That means those taxes, indirect taxes, which were levied by the state government before GST, and they have now been subsumed or merged in the GST. So first is the VAT or sales tax. Only on two products it is also still levied. That is, except on alcoholic liquor for human consumption and petroleum products. On these products it is levied, otherwise it has been subsumed in GST. Second is purchase tax. Next is advertisement tax, then luxury tax, which was levied on the high-end luxuries like hotel, five-star hotels. Then entertainment tax in case of movie tickets, when you used to go to watch a movie before GST, then this entertainment tax was levied. Then octroi, if the goods passes through one state, then the state used to levy octroi. These all taxes have been subsumed in the GST. So this is the end of this slide. If you feel this slide relevant or informative, then please like this video. You may also send your queries through comments. I will try to answer all your queries. If you feel this video is relevant and useful for any other, then please share with them. And if you are new in this channel, then please subscribe this channel so that you will get notifications for new videos. Okay friends, thanks for watching this video. See you next video with a new and informative topic. Till then, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.